Well, do you have to be intelligent to speak English? Well, if you think you can become a fluent English speaker because you are not intelligent or smart enough to be the one, or your next door neighbor, your friend, or colleague is super intelligent because they speak the language fluently. Stay with me, this is exactly what we are going to be talking about today. Alright, let's get started with the video. I'm gonna cut right to the chase. Your ability to speak a language has nothing to do with your intelligence. That's merely a misconception that a lot of people often have. When we look at people speaking in English, our first thought is always, wow, how intelligent they are. But in reality, their ability to speak the language so well has nothing to do with their intelligence. Because what they did to achieve fluency in the language and what you really need to become a fluent English speaker yourself is practice. Yes, practice of listening the language and practice of speaking the language. Now if you can listen and able to produce speech, that's it. That's all you need to be a fluent English speaker you really want. Again, being able to speak a language is not related to how smart you are. Not convinced yet? I want you to take a moment and think, how did you learn to speak your first language as a kid? Did you use your intelligence? Were you even intelligent back in the day? No, you are not. Truth be told, you are just a toddler. Wild and unhinged. If not controlled, you would create a whole lot of ruckus. And still you managed to pick up the language and learn to speak it fluently. So how did this magic happen? How did you manage to pull off such a complex and tedious task of learning a language so easily with almost no intelligence? Well, it all happened instinctively, naturally, and unconsciously. Speaking a language is more of a physical skill and much less a cognitive skill. Now, physical skills are those skills that you acquire or learn by doing something, by repetition, doing something over and over and over again, consciously and unconsciously. As a kid, you are exposed to an environment full of your native language, wherein you consume the language 24/7. Wherein you watched and listened to people from your surrounding talk. Initially, you would only watch and listen to them. And then gradually, you began to understand what was spoken to you or around you. And little later in the process, you started repeating and imitating everything that fell into your ears. That's it. That's how you learn to speak the language. By repeating words and sentences over and over again. Was it hard? No. It all happened unconsciously. You are not even aware of it. Now, if you want to speak English as fluently and naturally as you do your native language, intelligence is not what you need. What you need is practice. Practice of listening the language and practice of speaking the language. And practice to be effective, natural and effortless, you need to put yourself in an environment. Now when I say environment, I mean environment full of English, wherein you can consume a real, genuine, authentic English straight from native English speakers, wherein you can watch and listen to them speak the language. No, you don't have to move to an English speaking country to be with native English speakers, if that's what you are wondering about. You don't have to go anywhere. In fact, you don't have to move even a single inch from your place. Your smartphone is a magical instrument in your hand. You can literally surround yourself with native English speakers through your smartphone. How? Well, you can use it to watch English movies, English TV shows, English news programs. I mean, you can watch anything on it under the sun, anywhere, anytime. Watch whatever you want to watch, but make sure that it is in genuine, authentic English from native English speakers. No amount of watching and listening to English content will ever make you a fluent English speaker. I have done that and been there. You can watch English movies, English TV shows, English news programs, English online tutorials for hundreds of thousands of hours. But never ever actually wanna learn to speak the language if you don't practice speaking it. We do not learn to walk by reading manuals or watching online tutorials. No, we stand up and we fall. And sometimes it freaking hurts. And yet we continue to do it until we get it right. So just like walking, speaking is a physical skill. In order to be able to speak the language, you have to open your mouth and practice speaking it. You have to put your articulators, lips, tongue, jaws and throat to work. You need to exercise your speaking muscles. Consume the language from native English speakers through any source you can get your hands on, and then practice speaking a lot whenever and wherever you can. Without it, you are not gonna make it. Just be around the language and speak the language. Keep doing it and you will end up where you want to be. So that's it for today. As always, if you like the video, leave a like. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Until then, it's in the shine anywhere and everywhere saying goodbye.